Welcome to the HR Empowerment Podcast, where we will uncover strategies and new insights from HR professionals who discuss up-to-date regulations, best practices, and the most pressing topics like diversity and equity, leadership, dealing with difficult situations, and much more that affect your bottom line and business. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. It's Wendy Sellers, the HR lady. This is episode 5 of 5 in our series on preparing to fill a job opening with or without a recruiter. And we are here to discuss post-hire best practices with our expert recruiter, Donna Beckett. Welcome back.
Hi, Wendy.
This is one of my favorite topics, in addition to DISC, is onboarding strategies, because we've just spent so much time, so much money. Even if we had internal recruiting, it's still money. Time is money. And then we want to set up the new hire for success. Let's not screw it up in the onboarding process. What are your tips and advice on this?
Don't do that. Do not set somebody up to fail. Set time aside for this person to learn. Have a training program in place for them. Even if it's, 5 days where they're going to sit with your best, most talented person, your most experienced. And I would have even your junior individuals giving them feedback and, helping in that process, because everybody learns differently. So you also want to, uncover, are they visual? Are they a doer? Can they, are they a combo learner? Right. So don't set them up to fail by just throwing them into the fire.
Even if they have 20 years experience.
Even if they have 20 years of experience.
Ah, shucks. I knew the answer to that one. But yeah, let's face it. Even if we have 20 more years of experience and they're our ideal candidate and they fit, our guidelines for company culture and all of that, they've never worked in your company before. So yes, they need to know where the restroom is, but they also need to know, hey, where do I submit my expense report, right? So setting that up. I personally believe that you should have, for most roles, a very clearly defined calendar of 30, 60, even up to 90 days to say, hey, new hire, here's your calendar for the next whatever time period, and then have other coworkers assigned to meeting them so that they can properly sit with them and show them, hey, this is where our files are stored versus here's a link. Good luck. Right. JC, stats?
Yeah, absolutely. You got me chuckling on that one. That's good. That's good. Hey, approximately 74% of companies invest in post-hire training programs, and that's to enhance employee skills. And with those organizations, they wind up seeing 218% higher income per employee on average compared to those that do not offer training. That's pretty strong. Now, employees in companies with structured post-hire training, they're 42% more likely to stay long-term. And that significantly reduces turnover rates and all those associated costs. Back to you.
I just wanted to repeat that. If you have post-hire training programs, the stats are that organizations with post-hire training programs, 218% higher income per employee. So that's, profit, revenue. That's awesome. And they're more likely to stay.
Absolutely.
I mean,
I think that's pretty clear.
Yeah. What's up, JC? You got a question?
No, absolutely. Because then you go from making $15 an hour to $15.50 an hour. Absolutely. I'm kidding.
I think we're talking about the organization
income.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Actually, I want to piggyback on that, because if they're trained, they can go up the ladder quicker and make more money. And if they make more money, they're probably going to stay with you longer. Now, I hope the other things come into play, like true engagement and feedback and communication and continuous improvement and continuous training and development. Don, I have a question for you. Have you ever had like a candidate call you back and say, go find me another job because this company you just set me up with, there's no training, there was no onboarding?
I will not lie. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yep. I know. And then you have to go back and tell your client that, like, hey, you guys got to get your act together here, because I'll keep taking your money. just note the HR lady will not work with companies that do not get their act together. We do not want to just take your money, but many recruiters will. They'll say, fine, I keep spending money on finding somebody, and then they're gone. Ugh. What advice do you have for employers for evaluating their current recruiting process?
I think look at your turnover rate and find out why. Why are you losing people?
Right.
I think that's going to help you uncover those stats.
Yeah. Maybe do surveys, employee surveys. If you have an ick culture and you know it, they may not want to be doing in-person interviews, like stay interviews is what they're called, but they're probably going to be more willing to do a confidential and anonymous survey that says, here's our problems here. Note, I'm just going to say this from the HR lady. If you do not plan on acting on survey results, do not do the surveys, right?
100%.
Because then you're going to just make your employees madder than they were. And then you've already talked about, investing in your employees too, making sure there's training and development. It's beyond the onboarding process, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, you're going to keep your employees by treating them well.
That's awesome.
And with respect.
Yeah, it really is. There's so much to HR and management. Recruiting is just one piece. When I say recruiting, it's recruiting and onboarding. And so you do have to understand that somebody in the company has to do onboarding as well. Those few legal forms that we have to legally have our new hires do, that's not onboarding. That's just some paperwork that's part of the onboarding process. So if anybody is interested in reaching out to get more advice or actually using Donna as a recruiter, please do so. You can find her on LinkedIn, Donna Beckett, or at the HR Lady, which is Donna at thehrlady.com. Oh, JC, you have a question?
I do, actually. Now, I heard, Donna, that you are very passionate about a certain aquatic mammal. And the listeners and I, we're not sure what mammal that is. So if you could please tell us all about your favorite aquatic mammal that you have passion for. It'd be appreciated.
Well, it's pretty obvious. Dolphins. If you see my profiles anywhere on social media or whatever, it's dolphins. Yeah.
So you have a dual career. You're the recruiter.
Yes.
By day, not really by day and night as recruiting, just in case you didn't know that. And then you are a dolphin trainer.
I am. Yeah.
Oh my God, that blows my mind. So
Shut up. That's awesome. Okay, now you just made a spark go off real quick. So dolphins, they're known for their intelligence, with brains weighing around 1.6 kilograms or 3.5 pounds, and nearly matching the brain to body size ratios, believe it or not, of humans. Donna, back to you.
I think that says it all of why I love them so much.
Yeah, that's so cool. This has been awesome. Thank you so much for this valuable advice. Recruiting today is very, very difficult, very, very time consuming, and more expensive than ever. And I don't see that changing anytime soon. Do you?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
Period.
Yeah, really isn't. Well, thanks everybody for listening to episode 5 of our 5-part series on preparing to fill a job opening with or without a recruiter. We hope this information in this podcast series has been helpful. Thanks for joining us. Take care.
Thank you for joining the HR Empowerment Podcast, brought to you by Aurora Training Advantage. We hope you've gained new insight and strategies to navigate the HR profession. We look forward to you joining us again on the HR Empowerment Podcast.